What's happening? Dustin here with Dustin's Customs, and today I'm working on the suspension of this here Mustang. So far I've got the brakes off. I took the parking brake cable off and almost killed myself. So that's dangerous. That was a close one. Anyways, so I'm getting ready to put on this UPR stuff. Oh god, everything. Went racing today. And last race of the season for my daughter. Next season we got 2 new motors coming. My wife only wants me to buy one and only run one class. But I'm thinking I'm gonna run 2 classes, 2 different cars. I'm not sure quite yet what we're gonna do, but not very good. We're 100 pounds heavier than all the kids in our classes because it's a rookie class, and next year she's going to a heavy class, so hopefully things change. But didn't do too well today, but that's all right. She went out there against kids 100 pounds lighter than her. The power to weight ratio in these cars really matters. I chose the wrong gear. I got the engine to rev, but then it got gear bound, whatever. Anyways, let me flip. Okay, so I'm getting ready to install all this stuff. I am not going to show you guys how to do this. There's a million videos. I've already made videos on how to do it with the BMR stuff. Just set your old control arms next to it, put the bolts through, line the bolts up in there, and there's your length to start with. So I'm getting ready to put that in. Such a mess. So far, you know, like got the front of the car, got the spindle strip, took off the heat shields. The ABS sensor is going to come off. They're burnt from the fire anyways. Engine bay is all painted and clean. Still wondering about the K-member. Oh yeah, I guess I have been working on some stuff. So I was gonna use the body harness to control the tail lights and the door locks and window locks. So far I figured out these wires right here. If you read the Chiltons or whatever, your black and whites are a negative or power, depends on which way you go in. This black right here will control, you know, that's ground, and then up and down is the black and white wires you see here. I got those kind of zip tied off. And then in this, so the problem is this system ran through 3 different boxes, a control module box, the brain, and some other box. And then so it's not a direct line, so you can't just go like power and ground and throw, you know, 2 or 4 relays to make the windows go up and down, which that's the windows, that plug right there. And then this bottom plug, I figured I could just wire up the windows, but since it's not a closed circuit, that it ran to another circuit and then back to this circuit, I think I'm going to be better off just doing getting rid of all the wiring and just running 2 wires with a relay board, my own homemade relay board, and then back to that for the door locks. I'm trying to keep this thing streetable, just like oh god, don't look at that, don't look at that. And that's just, I thought I could weld that on so I can move the car. I did no way, impossible, did I ever think I was gonna go racing like that. No way, not happening. Just saying. That's only so I could steer the car in and out of the shop, which I put the key in and the wheel's locked, and that's one of the reasons why you would never do that. But that was, it's just tacked in. It's just kind of fine things, and I got to get a cage, and then there will be a cage bar out of chromoly or DOM 120 wall right there. Anyway, same thing on the rear side. And then if you come over here, I know I'm getting distracted of what I'm really doing right now. And then I found, zip tied these together. I can actually make running lights, reverse light, and brake lights come on. So that would be pretty easy with some relays and some direct wiring. And then the wires that I don't have zip tied, right here is your brake control module, I think, because when you unplug that, nothing to here. So it has to run through that, I think. Or is that the fuel? I think that's the fuel, actually. That runs the fuel. And if you look here, let me get some light. Okay, now we got some light. So that module, what was it? Let me see. Pink, black, pink, gray, red and black, red and white. So 2 of those. See, they're insulated because you can get noise or distortion through the wires from running power next to them. That's why it has an aluminum shield, which I will be putting back. This is your fuel pump feed, and then these go to your tail light turn signals, blah, blah, blah. I got it all figured out up here, so I have decided to make this car a kind of like old Coop is doing. Me and him are building Mustangs at the same time. So that's it. I'm gonna do the drag and drive. That's what I'm trying to get to. I want to do the drag and drive. I'm trying to keep the windows to be able to roll up and down. Trying to keep door locks. That way, we're out of town, I can lock the car. That may change later down the road. More money, more race car. Right now, I am taking all this stuff apart. So I took the parking brake cable off, and the spring went flying across the room. Could have killed me. So got to adjust, drop all this, get all this ground and cleaned for that UPR stuff. And once I get this UPR stuff in, I may go get my strange shocks, because I was really trying to keep all this as cheap as possible the first time around and not take apart my other car. But I might go get my strange shocks and struts and my UPR tubular camber and put up front. This may be just getting the full suspension. I was just trying to do the rear because I don't know. I'm just trying to be cheap. I'm just cheap. I don't want to spend a bunch of money. I got enough money going out, especially with these. It's just, believe it or not, that right there is expensive. Just keep going. Just tires is $280 every 2 races. So there's 2 races this weekend. So that's what I'm doing. Kind of just wrenching along. I'll update you here in a minute, and hopefully I got this rear end out and we can take a look-see under there. And I'm hoping to steal this exhaust. I know it doesn't look the greatest, but hoping to steal this Flowmaster system and put it on my other car that has the turbo and put that car back to stock, other than the suspension. And hopefully this one car gets its own suspension. So we'll see. I'm thinking the other car, I am just going to put cams in it. I got all the forged internals. But I think I'm just going to throw cams in it and just make it a little cruiser. I'll just drive the car, enjoy the car. This piece of crap right here can be a race car, That's what I'm thinking. All right, I'm going to get back to that, and I'll update you in a little bit. All right, so I got the rear end out of the car, and our greasy forward. Y'all like my do? You like that? That's 36 years of getting bald. Now, I went for my first haircut in almost 10 years. I trimmed up the old beard. None of y'all care about this. Anyways, my first haircut in 10 years. Pretty crazy. Anyway, oh yeah. Let me flip you around. So I got the rear out of the car. There's the whole reason I bought this with cars for the 8.8. This is an 8.8, right? Oh, sure. It should be in it, yeah. Because it's long and not round. Anyways, probably going to keep the stock gear in it. I just got to get these out. I might order the tool, or I might just melt them out, I'm going to TIG weld these up. I got some new tungstens. Let me see. So, I thought these, you could do various metals. The blue. Like it's multi-purpose, aluminum, whatever. Does not work with steel at all. Not at all. Not in one bit. So then I got the red, and these work pretty good. I was practicing earlier. Yeah, it looks like garbage because this is really thick. So I didn't get I only had it on 50 amps. But some reason my light won't turn on. All right, so that's out of the car. Like I said, I almost killed myself with a parking brake cable. I can't get the light to turn on. Oh. It's a good thing these new iPhone 12s have good low light. So anyways, I'm not going to do any torque box stuff on this car because of budget. If I get the budget, I'll put some reinforcements in. My other car has them. This car will not. Later down the road, you know, I'll probably be cutting all this up anyways if I'm gonna keep going for this to be a race car. Which, who knows what happens to this car. And I'm still, what do y'all think? Still considering using the factory fuel tank and putting a drop-in pump in it. I was thinking about doing the sump with an external fuel pump mounted right about there, but like I said, I want this car to be a drag and drive, like 9-second car the first time go around, and then we'll put the better stuff in it and try to go a little faster. But right now, this is the cheapest drag car that I can build and try to run higher than a 10-second pass, which all factory suspension with the LS swap and a Holly, you know. So, and if anybody wants this, 20 bucks, it's yours. I was thinking about taking these off and painting them and putting them on my GT along with the mock speakers. I got the whole system, whole mock system in there. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Look at this, filthy. There it is, New Smyrna Speedway. So, well, anyways, I'm gonna get the rest of that out here in a minute. It's not focusing on anything. My lens dirty. So I got this battery. Like I said, I got that wiring. There it goes. Finally the light comes on. Anyways, so I got this deal from Boston Whalers, smashing boats. They throw stuff away. So that's a fuse. That goes the battery. Kind of hang that somewhere, make a panel. That cable runs. This is I don't know, what is that? It's 8 gauge. You know, people sell 8 gauge where it's that big around, but it's all sheathing. This is probably 8 or 12. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I don't know, it's good wire. And then cable, that's just one cable. That's gonna be for my lights, blinkers. So then it goes to the fuse here and then loops, and it's gonna go to this distribution block, which is gonna go to lights, horns, sirens. And then I'll have a switch panel on a roll cage, not the piece of fence post, and the ghetto steering wheel that does not turn. Definitely, probably gonna cut those off, those right there, and make a bracket for when I have the roll cage, because the motion race work will bolt right to that bracket. So the motion race work steering column. So motion race works steering column going there. Probably gonna buy Scott Rod fab for that and for up there, so that's safe in case I put a fuel cell in the back, which we might do in-tank fuel cell, like a air motive stealth tank is what I'm thinking. Or I might do some eBay stuff. Like I said, keep this car about $5,000 the first time around. A $5,000 drag car. So I got to build a panel. I built a panel, but then I built a panel that goes right here. I welded in some ground studs, and then I had a whole panel that went right here. My ECU mounted. I'll show you. I think I've already showed you. And then I was like, damn, the roll cage is going to be there. If anybody wants these, they are not the greatest. They're not the prettiest. I have no idea what the mufflers are. It's kind of crappy how they did it. What's crazy, off subject, and all right, I'll finish that. If anybody wants these, I want to trade this for an aftermarket factory GT muffler set. Right there is my original GT mufflers that from 2001 when we bought the car. And it kills me that I cut them up. And here is the original pipes that I cut. And it will never be the same. I welded a V-band on this one, and I guess I could weld V-bands on it, and it'll never be the same. I cut the tips off. This is a type of stainless steel that the factory used. 2.75 or 2.75? It's 2.25. 2.25. 2 is the diameter of that pipe. 2.25. Not 2.5. And there's the X pipe. I'm not getting rid of that. But anyways, I want to trade that for a factory GT set. Like I said, I cut the tips off. There's down there one of my tips. I want to get my other GT back to stock. So stock exhaust and some cams. That's it. And I want to get rid of a bunch of stuff. I have too much stuff. Anybody wants this mock stuff, I'll take 50 for everything. I guess that's cheap. If you want to resell it, I don't care. Let's see. My light won't turn on. This room is full of Mustang parts. This whole bit. So I got some inner fenders. $10 for those. Cobra airbag, I think I'm going to keep from the Cobra. Power boost, I'm probably going to keep. All the weather stripping, I'm going to keep. Here is if anybody wants the airbags, there's the passenger airbag. Now, somebody tell me. I found this to happen in a lot of cars. This was the factory color. But when you peel off the factory color, it's black or charcoal. I think it's black because my other car is charcoal. Now that's factory, you see? I think the factory painted these. I am not sure, but I think if you sat here and just scratched it off, you would have a black one. Now, what's even crazier, you come over to this here Cobra. Same thing. The interior of the Cobra is this gray color. Yes, it's moldy. But you scratch it off, and it's black. So I'm wondering, is that what Ford did with everything? I think, thinking about selling that Cobra crank too. It does need turned, but I don't know. Me and my wife were talking today. If I sold all this, if I sold everything, just sold everything, sold every project that I have, and just bought like a Corvette or a GT500. But then I just want a quick street car, really. And then I saw the World Nationals or whatever, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep pushing. You know, the main thing is how long it takes when I could just make a $700 car payment and have a 700 horsepower car. So, or I could spend $500 a month for the next year trying to build this. It gets frustrating. Plus, it's just so much time that I don't have. I should be in with my family right now. Anyway, so thinking about putting a fuel cell. I might cut that out, put a flat panel, do all that. Like I said, wiring. Cheap battery box that I found on a job tearing down a house. A lid. I'll build straps and brackets. So there she is. That's it. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Anyways, I'm out of here. I am going to drop the rest of these control arms and then go because it's gonna kill me if I don't do it. Bye.